Hi, this is Brian with a quick message. Have you heard about Heroic yet? It's the new social training platform we've been building with the same company that builds Slack and Tinder and Uber Eats. Short story, Heroic is all about helping you move from theory to practice to mastery, so you can show up as the best, most heroic version of yourself, so we can change the world together, one person at a time, starting with you and me and us today. Well, technically starting April 9th. That's when we're launching. Super excited. Learn more and watch a little video from me and join us as a founding member at heroic.us. Day one, let's go. Let's step back for a moment and let's step into a time-traveling machine. We're heading back in time. Buckle up, hold on tight, let's go. Boom. We're there. It's September 8th, 1504. We're in the city-state of Florence. A large crowd is gathered in the street. Today is a special day. The great young artist Michelangelo is unveiling his 17-foot statue. It's the statue of David, one of the most iconic heroes in history. Here's the question. What moment did Michelangelo choose to capture in David's heroic life? Think about it for a second. One of the most iconic heroes ever. What moment in David's heroic life did Michelangelo choose to capture? Was it the moment of victory after David successfully defeated Goliath? Nope. The moment Michelangelo captured and rightly considered the most heroic moment of David's life was not the moment after he was successful in fulfilling his heroic destiny. It was the moment he decided that he would step up and strive to do his best to serve heroically. The outcome was uncertain at that moment, which is why, as modern scholars say today, there is an incomparable intensity in his gaze. His entire being is present and all in that moment of decision. You could say that his soul force is palpable. Now, guess what? The most heroic moment of your life is not the moment after you achieve some huge success. It's the moment you decide to show up and do your best. And science says that it's not the big things that lead to a great, noble, deeply meaningful life. It's consistency on the little things, which is why we architected our entire heroic training platform around helping you make your heroic big three commitment every single morning. Science also says unequivocally that pre-committing to your optimal behaviors is the wisest thing you can do. And researchers also tell us that your attention and behaviors follow your intention, which again is why we created our 1-minute heroic AM commitment protocol. New Year's resolutions are nice and warm and fuzzy. New Day's resolutions are where it's at if you want to activate your heroic potential. Now that's part one of our practice protocol to help you move from theory to practice to mastery as you activate your soul force and tap into your heroic potential. We'll show you how to set up your big three protocol in a moment, helping you get clarity on who you are at your best, energy, work, and love-wise, what virtues you embody, and what you will actually do to be in integrity with that best version of yourself, not someday, but always today. So we recommit to being our best selves in the morning via our AM heroic commitment, making that the most valuable minute of our day. Now it's time to actually hit those targets you set for yourself. Let's bring 3 A's and 2 B's to the party to help us establish the ancient wisdom and modern science on which our protocol is architected. Now, Aristotle tells us that flourishing human beings are teleological. We have targets. He tells us, and I quote, if, like archers, we have a target to aim at, we are more likely to hit the right mark. That's our first A. Here's our second. Atul Gawande is a world-class surgeon. He wrote a great book called The Checklist Manifesto. Short story, having a super simple checklist of key behaviors significantly improves performance, whether you're a pilot, a surgeon, or a hero. Again, your checklist of key target behaviors will help you crush it. Aristotle and Atul are our first two A's. Here's our third. Teresa Amabile is the head of research at Harvard Business School. She wrote a great book called The Progress Principle. The basic idea? She tells us that people feel best when they're making progress. It's not the huge wins that make people feel great. It's the small wins that do the trick. Now, with that wisdom in mind, we architected our platform such that we can celebrate micro wins throughout the day. Do what you say you will do, swipe, hit the target, boom. Another positive splash of dopamine celebrating that small win. That's how you forge your heroic identities to become the person you're destined to be. Now it's time for our two Bs, Roy Baumeister and Bj Fogg. Roy Baumeister is one of the most cited social psychologists in history. He literally wrote the book on willpower. Now, one of his big ideas is the fact that, somewhat paradoxically, willpower exemplars actually don't use their willpower as much as others. As he says, they play offense with their willpower rather than defense. How? They decide in advance how they will show up. Psychologists call this pre-committing. It's one of the reasons why tapping the identities and virtues we intend to embody, along with the targets we intend to hit, will be such a powerful practice to help you fundamentally and permanently change your life. Then we have Bj Fogg. He's a professor at Stanford and one of the world's leading behavioral scientists. He tells us that one of the most underappreciated things we can do to change our lives is to celebrate all our small wins throughout the day. Commit, hit, celebrate, repeat. That's like you to show up as the best, most heroic version of yourself all day, every day, especially today. And now, we're officially ready to get to work setting up your heroic Big 3 protocol and hit your first virtuous targets. It's time to change the world, one person at a time, together, starting with you and me and all of us today. Today's the day, hero. Let's go. Hi, this is Brian again. I hope you enjoyed getting a little more wisdom in less time. If you want to take what you just learned and move from theory to practice to mastery so you can become the best, most heroic version of yourself in just 3 minutes a day, head to heroic.us and watch the short video to learn more about heroic. As always, let's change the world, one person at a time, together, starting with you and me and us today.